Welcome everybody to Fantastic Friday here on Twitch and lichess. International Master William Pascal coming to you live from Budapest, Hungary. Ponda, welcome. Good to have you with us as our permanent in-house guest. Schieberspieler, bright and early, 11:05 a.m. It's 11:05 already. I'm late. How did it get to be 11:05? It took me like 5 minutes to set up OBS to start the stream. I thought I was on time. So guys, what's up? What is up? Welcome to the coronavirus pandemic. Every day I wake up and I'm thinking maybe the nightmare will be over. But it just continues. So we can distract ourselves a little bit of chess, forget our problems, immerse ourselves in the world of bishops, knights, and rooks. What is up, everybody? Asterbait, good to have you with us. Guys, I'm taking challenges 5+3 casual. No one over 2550. I'm just kidding. Alright. Anyway, Troll seems to be gone. It must be on vacation. But Asterbait, what were you saying? You were actually seriously thinking about playing in a tournament? You were like literally going to go and sign up for the National Open in Las Vegas, but it got canceled? Were you just kind of throwing out the idea, or you really were going to do it? Floating the idea of playing in a live chess tournament? You've never played in a live chess tournament ever? It must be weird though, like going to your first chess tournament as an adult and you've never like recorded the game score, for example. It was hard for me as a kid, but you actually have to write down the moves. Yeah, it's not called Las Vegas Open. It's National Open, right? I miss National Open. I think I last played in 1990. I want to say 1995. God. I don't think I played since 1995. Schieberspieler weighing in at 25.38, so he's just under the rating limit. I think he dropped some points to get to play. Schieberspieler, you're almost 2600 in rapid rating. Man, I don't mean to jinx you. Have you been over 2600 in rapid? Rapid's not as easy to get games. I don't know, maybe the best is just to play the 10-minute rapids. What do you do? You don't play in like the hourly tournaments. It's devastating. That's how I lost like 100 points. Because you end up playing like a 1700 and they use a computer, or you forfeit because you got disconnected or something and lose like 60 points. It's too dangerous to play people who are like 1700 or something in the hourly arena. You have to play like someone around your rating. Otherwise there's this ridiculous rating fluctuation. I don't agree with a rating system where you can lose like 50 points in one shot at all. You know, by the way, this so-called Glico system. I mean, I think that's kind of bullshit. Just like ridiculous. You know, nobody should lose like, I don't know, 2% of their rating. Lose 2% of your rating in like one game, or what is this, the stock market or something? But anyway. Alright, any other challenges to get me warmed up here for Schieberspieler? This is tough, playing a strong player the first game. I wanted to get white so I could take on your Lasker variation again. But he's playing e4, not his forte. Yeah, we can't give him the Marazzi though. He's been doing a lot of homework. I'm way too predictable in this variation. I was toying with the idea of getting to play like 3G6. But frankly, this is kind of non-theoretical. Well, actually not. I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. I take it back. It's not non-theoretical. I'm still not awake yet. I'm sorry. I've been awake for a while, but it takes me hours and hours to actually wake up. Ladies and gentlemen. So C3, I wish there was a different move here. Why can't I play like 95 or something? Yeah, this isn't a great variation. Yeah, this guy from Hungary actually played against me in the Budapest Spring Open. Some 2200 from like England. Well, he's Hungarian, but he lives in London. I don't know the guy's name. I don't remember now. But I was like, whoa, what's that? But it turns out it's fairly common. That's exactly what he said. Are you kidding me? You guys like watched the video together? That's such a funny thing. Schieberspieler says the exact same thing my opponent said after the game. I watched it in a Robin van Kampen video. We should all sign into Chess24 in honor of Robin van Kampen. But it made it easy for that 2150 or 2200 to draw me. I was worse. Saw it in an Eric Rosen video. No, that's not the Linux system. Sorry. Speaking of Eric Rosen, the guy, he's like putting studies on lichess, and he did this one on this horrible opening called the Stafford Gambit. It's like this completely unsound opening where you play the Petrov, and then when they take on e5, you play knight c6, just for some sort of traps or something. And like one of my students watched his video and then like started playing it in his games. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like following this clickbait, not video but study he put on lichess. Damn, if you're a chess teacher, don't like teach people to play like traps that are unsound. What kind of principles do you have? It's unbelievable. This is not what happened in my game, by the way. Maybe it is, actually. Okay, I want to play d5, but I don't think it's good. d5 takes, knight c3 is too strong for white. So I figured that out over the board, I think. But knight takes e4. I must have played this. This must have been the line. I mean, I guess I can play e5. I think I played e6 against Homie. But now I can't remember. It was the same year, like 2017 or whatever. It was like 3 years ago. It feels like this was the game. e6, d5, knight e5. Looks familiar. e5 is also possible, but I don't trust it. I'm not sure I trust this either. So if you are a chess teacher and you make videos or studies here on lichess, please don't promote unsound variations. Knight c3 looks like a good move. And I have to like unteach my student this thing that Eric Rosen taught him. You're like doing negative chess coaching just for your clickbait. Clickbait approach to chess teaching. So Schieberspieler's got an edge now. Basically playing classic Schieberspieler style. It's not a real opening, it just loses a pawn and it's unsound. And there's some traps, Asterbait. So there are some interesting ways to play the black side of the Petrov. The Afromeya variation, and even the Damiano defense or whatever. Logic. Maybe I should have played bishop f6 there. I guess I blundered. Blundiferous. Just getting tortured. Schieberspieler is baby Capablanca. Schieberspieler, did you ever study Capablanca's games? How do you play like you do? It's so unusual for like a young player. He was just hatched from a Capablanca egg. Most younger players are kind of tactically oriented. He's like an old man in a young player's body. Actually, Magnus was like that too. When I played Magnus, he was only like 15. And you realize like, immediately, like, there's no tactics. It's all positional play and excellent, like, intuitive endgame understanding. Yeah, it's very Capablanca like. Slightly worse, unpleasant defensive task for black. But I don't have an easy answer for this variation. I didn't see that. Obviously. was a blunder. I guess f5 was too much. I had the feeling I was doing all right here. Yeah, 5. I still had a minute left, but f5's just... It was like a perfect game until this point. Yeah, but I couldn't find it. Knight h4 is too hard to find. Just too hard to find. I mean, knight g6. You can't make me play this guy the first game when I wake up in the morning. That's not fair. Good game, though. Till a point. I guess I didn't play the same as my game. I can't remember now. Yeah, I don't know. Did I play e5? I can't remember. I can't remember if I played e5 or not. It does look like e6 is too passive. I don't remember playing e5 though. Yeah, no, I mean you play like perfectly, I think. The computer says I'm equal here. It doesn't look equal though. You know, white has the bishop pair, the minor pawn deficiency. I could have played bishop f6 the previous move here. Apparently that isn't as good though. I'm not sure. Anyway, good game, Schieberspieler. Another victory. He always had it under control. I made 81 center pawn loss hanging my queen. A rook in the last move. I was lost anyway though. Yeah, this is another reason why this variation I don't like. There are just too many good systems for white here. I have to learn to play g6 on move 3. It's gotta be. g6 has to be the best move for black. But I've been reticent to really like put in the study time necessary to switch to this variation. d6 just isn't good enough, and I'm too predictable. Alright, thank you for the training game, Schieberspieler. Tukame. Please don't give Tukame white. Please, God. No! I'm resigned. I was black against him, and black against him. He's challenged me with white. No. You're challenging me with white, dude. You're challenging me with white. There's no way that you randomly got 4 whites in a row. I refuse to play against the London system again. First, I have to play Schieberspieler, then I get this London system guy who challenges me with white every game. So I can play the London system for the rest of my life. No. It's a very bad day already. Oh my God. That's horrible. That's a terrible move. Bishop f4, queen a5 check. Maybe I did this against him in another game. Far from perfect. Principle. It's a matter of principle. I'm gonna guess this player plays the Slav with black. Maybe I ought to consider developing my bishop. Still not that clear though. At the very minimum, like, we just got a free move. Like, can't win a piece because of h3. That's fine. Wonder if I should just play like bishop e6. Dr. Danny Kopek played the Marshall defense against me in a training game. Well, it was an exhibition game on the now defunct US Chess Live. Not too many title players are willing to play the Marshall defense. In this case, it's the Marshall defense reversed. I mean, white's just better. Excuse me. White's just worse here. Huh. Maybe knight e4. Nah, he'll take it. I mean, I can play this. It's not a question of equalizing. It's a question of whether I can get an advantage here. Juicebox Gambit, welcome, guys. WJ Loof. You just take first. That's a bit of a problem. Not like I analyzed this variation. I didn't even consider it. He's up to 2014 though. He was lower yesterday. Whenever, 2 days ago. WJ Loof, good to see you. I didn't even thank you for the donation. You made a donation earlier of 500 bits. I was pretty upset with that Schieberspieler game. I'm sorry. I don't really like waking up in the morning and losing my first game. I'm sorry, it upset me. And I lost my concentration. Thank you for the donation. Very, very generous. It's not enough that I lose the first game, but I have to get the Eric Rose in London the next game. The Stafford Gambit will be next. Master of Vacuum. Wonder if I should just like take that. It's not really going anywhere. Take and play b5. You've been at work for 23 hours, dude. That's illegal. Well, at least in the United States, the great United States of America, where everything is perfect. Like the Lego movie. Everything is awesome. I've heard of overtime, but that's ridiculous. White just plays too fast. Game over. How's the chess? He's going to open up this secondary file, so we have to be a little bit careful. You know, I just realized he's not going to do that. So, in order to make progress, I need a good square for my knight. Let's start with this. Rook a6 is always good. This bishop is a serious problem. You had a 58-hour shift. Well, I guess they let you sleep on duty. It sounds like an emergency room. I thought he was like inspecting mines or something. Difficult to say where his... I get it. Coach hasn't been here this week. Train derailment? Now wait a minute. I heard of a train derailment recently. Where was that? This guy's driving me crazy. The master of instantaneous moves. Yeah, the train derailment in Scotland, maybe. I guess that's what I was thinking of. Eventually something's got to happen here. We're going to win something. Yeah, I was thinking of the train derailment in Scotland last week. I mean, there is a train derailment in America. But that's the entire country being derailed. Alright. B6. Train wreck is more like it. Yeah, that sounds like somewhere out in rural Pennsylvania, WJ Loof. B4. So, what if I play this? You create a nice geometric sort of formation here. Take, and then bring my king to b4. Stalemate. Rook stalemate. No, I mean b4 was maybe a good tricky try. Under the circumstances, there is no good move. So really, I know that region of Pennsylvania very poorly. Yeah, they're always talking about northeast Pennsylvania. I know nothing. Fat President I haven't seen in a long time. Water 2-3-4 king. There's more to northeast Pennsylvania than I realized. Alright. And I hadn't realized there was like mining there, you know? till relatively recently. Fat President 2206. My family's from Pennsylvania, so I know a little bit, but not enough. All right, guys. It's like the Marshall Defense. Sort of. I don't know if this is better, though. It's a good question. This was briefly popular in the early 90s for black. They called it like the Baltic defense. But I don't think it's really very popular. Schieberspieler must love this for white. I know there were some lines where you could actually sacrifice the A2 pawn. So now E3, knight B6, and I have problems with my A2 pawn. Again, it probably wouldn't be bad to sacrifice it. This is his idea. Let's say like E3, knight B6, queen C2, queen A2, and white has compensation for the sacrificed pawn. I'd be willing to bet people have played maybe like B4 to keep that pawn protected, but it feels wrong. Speaking of feels wrong, bishop D2, knight B6, queen A5 I was thinking of, but then queen E4. Well, I guess that might be good for me. Alright, let's try it. I never had a game exactly like this before. I think in the past I've always been very indecisive with white as to whether or not we should play E3 or knight F3 in this position. You like the queen trade. Queen A5 is always good when you're playing white. It's bad for black, though. It's a good sign if we control a square inside of black's half of the board. Probably. I'm always joking that queen A5 is always bad. But in this case, it's probably okay for us. Queen A5, bishop A5, knight C4, bishop C3. And white has the bishop pair with a very small advantage. And the problem with this variation is that, honestly, I never ever had a high-rated player play it or known to play it, so I never had to prepare. I never had to seriously prepare this variation for white. No, knight F6 is a good move. Just developing. I was expecting knight E4, I guess. But then I have bishop C4. So, that's that. A tempo. I'm not even sure what anthracite is. And I did really, really poorly in my archaeology class at Boston University. I thought that would be easy. I guess geology would be more applicable. That's the closest I ever came to geology, W.J. Loof. I think I had to drop my archaeology class. Let's see, E5. E5 is kind of risky for black. Opening up the position for the two bishops, f7, and the white squares look a little bit weak. I was expecting a kind of solid e6 from black, but we're a little bit slow. Well, I mean, white's got to be better here. It's just a question of maybe I'm allowing some tactics. Two bishops in the endgame. Bishop c3 is tempting, but my b2's hanging. I mean, this has got to be better for white. Did I have better than this? Maybe. Queen g5, h4. We could start to get active. I mean, this two bishops. Also good for me is the fact that I'm not joking. The imbalanced pawn structure, I think, favors the side of the bishops. If it was totally symmetrical, it would be better for him. Now g2 is my problem. Always play for the queen trade, according to Schieberspieler, but it's not so simple. I can't play h5. I mean, I can play it. What do I get? I can play it. Play it, dude. Play it again, Sam. I'm really not good in the morning. I'm very, very slow to pick up on tactics. Maybe after a couple beers. What time is it again? You took it. You took it. Oh man, I had a hallucination. Thought I could play queen e4 check. Wow, that explains that. But it's all good. I thought I could play queen e4 check. Interesting. Drugs. The drugs got to me. I need some beer. I'm gonna get... Now that's obviously a move that Schieberspieler would have played. Drugs are getting to me. Freedom of movement. First thought was that it's a weird it's a weird mouse slip. In general, it's not a good idea to play tactically when you're behind on the clock. But I'm having fun. And it actually seems like kind of problematic for black. Concretely problematic. Right. And rook h5 is pretty nasty. I hope he doesn't play b5. I just have these like voices that speak to me. Sometimes tactically. Whoa. Wait, what? Can you do that? No, I think he just forgot. Forgot about the subtle retreat. That was all part of the plan. Subtly retreating with bishop f1. Bishop a6. You never know. You see, that's the problem. Players never know how to classify how I play. They're expecting the quiet positional approach. So let's check it out. Is it actually... Go check it out. Wendy, go check it out. Check it out. Alright. Is bishop a6 really the right move? I mean, knight h5 is crazy risky, but what's he going to do? h5? He chose to put his queen there. He didn't sense the danger. You know, he could have played for a queen trade into a slightly worse endgame. Takes it. And I'm like, okay, my plan was to take on h5 originally. No, my plan was, I know. My plan was to play queen e4 check. That was the secret. But I realized that didn't work. So when I realized that queen e4 check didn't work, because we wanted to decoy the knight away from e4, I was desperate for a tactic. Now rook takes h5 was a thought, but then queen e4 check, bishop e7, or maybe he can even walk away with his king. So bishop a6 comes to mind. Yeah, it just wins. Dude, even the computer doesn't see it. Rook h4 didn't occur to me. Computer is like programmed not to sacrifice material under any circumstances or put things where they're capturable. Okay, anyway, good game. Next one. Once in a while the blind squirrel finds a nut. Morales is here. Putting on the boots. We've got a... What is that? A correspondence? What is that? It's from position 5-0 from a new account. And... Alright. El Rosador. This is a new player here. Ayushko. As long as you've got enough games. And sit down. I'm just very tempted to play that front position. One time, Schieberspieler, I played this player who challenged me from position. And it was some kind of thing where I opened the board and like instantly like I got mated. It was like I don't understand. You know, it was like a joke, or they were trolling me. Morales. I don't think it was even my move. I don't know. I don't remember now. But I just like logged in and it was like mate. logged in. I mean, I opened the board and it just ended the game. So their score is like 1-0. That was pretty funny. What do I have for you today? I have the white pieces, my friend. So you know what that means. So Morales and I are from the same school. D4, knight f6. Not chess school. He's gonna take me on. He's playing the Budapest. Wow. We've had some interesting tilts here. WJ Loof, you said, sorry, I kid lost my filter a while ago. I thought you were saying, sorry, I lost my kid a while ago. Alright, knight g4. Knight h3. I don't think the semi-Slav fits your style, though. So we're playing this. The last 6 months I've been playing this against the Budapest now. It's just so attractive. The d5 square. I don't know how to classify it. It feels a little like the black side of the closed Sicilian where you play like e6 and knight h6 or something. Here we go again with like queen g5, queen h6. We had that already today from Fat President, but he's gone for the old El Clasico. So it's remarkable. I've played the Budapest some games in Blitz here. It's remarkable how universal that move is. It's like always good. If I play e4, I weaken my dark squares. Still might be an idea worth playing. Like say I play e4 to play against that bishop h out of the rook h6 idea. That's kind of abstract for most people, I'm sure. I don't usually accept the challenges from position. Yeah, that's weird. But I have this weird problem with lichess, right? Like that guy that I just played, Tukame mucho. But seriously, I think he's Turkish, not Spanish, by the way. So he's not speaking Spanish with that handle. What is Tukame in Spanish again? Probably something not good. Alright, rook a6. But, I'm just joking a lot today, like I'm drunk. I was thinking e4, giving up the dark squares. Tucume's there. What does your name mean in Spanish? Knight e4. Yeah, this is a standard game. We've played this before. I'm just thinking to play against the rook on h6. We need something dramatic, like e4. Then I lose the dark squares. And he's got that rook d6. He's also played this, like, in-between move. in the past we've seen. And I've played knight e4 here even. I'm almost like choosing at random. This makes him decide about his bishop. Bishop D to b4 check. King f1. Now I can play c5. But then f5. Not such a great move, maybe. Is c5 worth trying? Then he's going to h6. Yeah, that's suspicious. Yes, it is a weird position, Tukome. Very weird. I agree. It doesn't have meaning. Alright, I'm relieved. I was afraid it was something obscene. Bishop a7, c5, rook h6, g4. I'm not going to play c5. So what do we do? Knight g3, the old knight g3 trick. The oldest trick in the book. But if he plays d6, his rook is embarrassed. Yes, bishop f8 is possible. He can also go back that way, but it's not as fun. Tokar. What is Tokar? Tokar. Alright, rookie, it's a different word. It's been a long time since I Spanish studied Spanish. Let's just develop lining up his pieces. Embarrassed rooks. This is like the beginner method that I used in 3rd grade before I really understood the object of the game. We used to play chess like it was checkers and just take all the other pieces. At lunch break in elementary school, my friend Adam Howe. And my favorite way of developing the rooks was the classic a4, rook a3, bring them to the center. But the Budapest Gambit is one of the only openings where this is really like a legitimate idea in the very early stages. Although recently I saw it being employed in the Scotch opening with white. There's some variation of the Scotch where white's playing like h4, rook h3, coming across. Tokar to play, right. Alright. It's a little like Russian. Playing instruments and to play are the same thing. Games and instruments are the same thing. Now I feel like Miraz is just doing this to be weird at this stage. I'm about to lose on time. He can play d5 now. That was kind of lucky that he didn't. Oof. Almost has rook takes f4. WJ, oof. Morales, it's like the book about what was his name? Gligorich. I Play with Pieces. That was the title of the collection of Gligorich's games. Like, do you do pawns? No, just pieces. What? Kantar. I feel uncomfortable. So he just doesn't even have to develop his pieces, and that's fine. Just a limited number. Queen d2, not a good idea. Interesting style. You would have been around 700 at the age of 12. What? He's defending h7. At the age of 12. I started at like 11, and my first rating was 1275. So by the time I was 12, I was probably like 14. You're way ahead of me, Schieberspieler. All these kids today. I was a late bloomer. But as I mentioned in a previous stream, I only learned chess by complete chance. It wasn't like my family played chess. It was just like an accident. I don't feel good. Oh, you have a check. I was just offering a draw. Dude. Sorry. He offered a take back and lost on time. That was awful. I thought the b7 pawn was free. At least it was entertaining. That was pretty funny. Morales took his time to offer. The only reason he lost on time was because he offered a take back for queen takes b7. He spent so much time offering the take back that he lost on time. Man. I guess I just anticipated queen f4 so much that I thought you played it or something. I don't think so though. I just like thought it was hanging. I don't know. It was weird. But if we go back to the endgame, this part, like somewhere around here I offered a draw. I mean, I'm down 2 pawns, you know. It's lost, probably. Rook f8. Simply rook f8. But maybe the rook check is okay. Oh, you had mate and 5. Oh my god. Wow. That's crazy. You have queen d3 check and take. Did I offer a draw here? Because if I did, I'm pretty smart. I'm lost anyway. I missed queen a4. This was just a crazy game. Yeah, I just had this. You blundered, I blundered. You missed mate in 5. Horrible. And time pressure. Yeah, I mean, we just played badly. This is just hanging. I could have just played bishop takes a5. So, maybe until move 11 it seems like we played okay. Well, there's actually a game there. Look, knight f4, knight c3, rook a6. I've seen this much. Yeah, I remember seeing this Joel Banawa, Kinkara game. My move is an improvement on that, according to theory. I like knight e4 better. I was even toying with the thought of king f1 in this position. Honestly. Because my king might as well just chill there. If we're going to advance our h-pawn behind the rook or something. And your bishop is stupid on b4. So maybe that's what I would do. Of course I can play bishop d2. This is better than that guy's move. So we're shaking his bishop before it has a good place to be sure to go. Unspoken hospital buddies. Wait, who are you talking about, Juicebox? Yeah, it's funny, my mom got dementia, but I never really convincingly heard other people in our family get it. Though years ago, people didn't know as well what they were dying from. Yeah, I mean, we both made a lot of mistakes here. But I like the opening. I like knight e4. And I wasn't sure about this. And rook h6 is just a blunder. Alright, messy game, but fun. Rossador. We can play the Budapest against Rossador. I probably did already. But he played e4. Guys, thanks for joining and supporting the stream. If you can, make a donation. Subscribe. We've got the light of the gods shining down from sunny Budapest, Hungary. The miracle. The Scotch. Speaking of the Scotch. So, that variation that's very common now is bishop c5, knight b3, bishop b6, and white is scoring well there. But the variation I was referring to is in the main lines, knight f6, knight c6, bc6, e5, knight d5. They're doing some kind of h4 where the rook is coming across in the Scotch now. Take care, Antonio. Piaste. You can play if you get in the queue. You have an established account. Hint 2, definitely not Bob. Bob is always the first person on our minds. No priority for subs today, but Real Gambit, because it's Friday. Friday, free day. Everybody can play. Friday is free day. Monday is moon day. Sunday is Sunday. The others I'm not sure about. Bishop c4. Oh. His real name. The mystery continues. What do you mean by hospital buddies? Thursday. So bishop c4 right away. Well, whatever. That's normal, right? I think the sharpest line for white is to play castle's queenside. You might even get people who transpose to the king's Indian with c4. I think I saw a game where Hikaru played that. But I think the most trustworthy line for white is something like knight c3, bishop g7, bishop e3. And then you want to try to castle queenside, Rossador. If you can get it, with like queen e2 and castle long. That's probably the optimal. Well, I know about you, Juicebox Wizard, but I'm not sure about the other hospital patient. And we're not talking about Troll on a Roll. That's not his real name. I love a good mystery. Primitive. Threat. Rossador. So if d5, pawn takes pawn. Sack the house. d5, pawn takes pawn. Knight f6. Pawn takes c6, castles. It's getting away anyway. Ooh, that's tricky. Yeah, I wish I had one more tempo. I'm tempted to play d5, but I don't see how this works. Takes, knight f6. No, we can't do d5. Alright, anyway. It's a question of knight f6. Like, what happens on knight f6? Bishop g5. Whatever. Knight f6. What's wrong with knight f6? e5, queen e7. Castles, queen e5. Knight f6. I mean, I could play queen f6, but it's sort of lame. That's like not as interesting. You were in for depression? I thought you were like breaking your ribs or whatever. That's not depression. Though broken ribs can be depressing, in my experience. Though I guess you don't really need to be hospitalized for broken ribs. There's nothing they can do. So, very painful. I mean, if I could get it in d5, I would explode the whole board here. Like a nuclear bomb. We've got a new... Oh, sorry. I can't tell you guys. I'd like to stay up on our political jokes. d5... Still is interesting. To play d5 still possible. The secret nuclear weapon. Nukedom. I mean, the default is like h6, bishop h4, g5, but I was hoping we could do better than that. I was kind of hoping we could do better than weakening our king side. But how to unpin? d5 takes, rook e8 check, king f1. Even bishop e3 is plausible. I feel like trying it. We'll figure it out as we go. I also looked at queen e8 check. Why do I want to play this move so bad? I just don't know if it's sound. It looks unsound. Somewhat unsound. That's not him. That's how you got started with chess? Seriously? Oh, I thought you were talking about recently. The context, again, lost on me. Damn, the miracle of Fatima. A lot of light here. So he just castled. I missed it. Nice move. That's a problem. Unless it's not. It's a problem or it's not. Your first real game is against one of your loyal fans. It's hard to know who your loyal fans are anymore. They so easily become embittered. Jaded and hateful. Acerbate, our loyalist fan. Acerbate, are you like you're 32-month subscriber, but you're not a founder? It feels like Acerbate should have a founder badge. Yeah, Rossiter walked into bishop g4. So, I guess it's just too much. Too many pieces. Why not rook a d8 to guard f7? I guess we'll keep it simple. Yep. Yeah, Rossiter doing a good job creating complications. Making his bishop great again. We should be winning. But I think my technique was sort of shoddy here. This is a little too close. Had to be better ways to play this. Letting him back into d5, but obviously exchanging. Exchanging rooks is a mortal sin. Too much king. Can I get in? Rook d6, rook a6 there. Interesting. Okay, now I'm close to penetrating. Still not that easy to break through, though. I may need a4. It's pretty hard to defend this, honestly. Even with best defense, it would have been tough for white. But I think, Rosser, when I play d5, it becomes very interesting. I don't understand the engine insisting on h6, bishop takes f6. I mean, wouldn't you play h6, bishop h4 here? This is like routine play for black. Okay? Maybe h6 wouldn't hurt me, actually. Maybe I should have played it first. So I played d5 just on instinct. Wow. So if pawn takes pawn, it's totally unclear. You know, like rook e8 check, king f1, for example. I wasn't sure what was happening here. I even looked at queen e8 check. But I felt like you had to take up the gauntlet. The computer wants to play bishop takes d5. Wow. That's crazy. Bishop takes d5 and then you're all over f6 with everything. Never even entered my mind. That's a serious problem. I mean, that's really indicating how serious a mistake it was not to play h6. Because if I play like h6 first, it's a totally different story now. Now there's none of this nonsense with bishop takes d5. It isn't good. But I think you should play, like I said, not bishop c4, but knight c3, bishop g7, bishop e3. This is the gold standard for white in this line. I think this is clearly... It's possible to transpose to an exchange Philidor, I guess. See, Mamedyarov, Mamedyarov. Alright. Hanishberger, guys, I'm not going to get to all these challenges. Got a lot of our friends here. Drakfire, Real Brambit, Sidan, Cheesy Noob. I've got over an hour, but I don't think we're going to get to all these. We'll play as many as we can. We can probably play like 6 or 7 games. But I'm not going to get to more than the challenges we have at hand. Interesting. Scotch with g6 isn't great for black, but what I like about it is that people who play the Scotch aren't really well prepared for g6. They just don't encounter it frequently enough. It goes back to Steinitz. It can also transpose to things like the King's Indian. So knight f6 I was talking about yesterday. Hanishberger. I don't know if you were paying attention to our discussion yesterday about this opening, but bishop g4, the Portuguese gambit, is the only thing that worries me because I don't know the theory enough. I'm sure that bishop g4 isn't objectively 100% sound for black here, but you know what? I think I might have played it once with black. It's coming back to me now. I think I might have played the Portuguese Gambit once, and my opponent played bishop e2, like the only game where I ever played it. Where he played bishop e2 and had a short draw. To get a pot of coffee brewing. Sounds good. Especially if you haven't slept for 56 hours. So e6. Now that's an interesting question. It can't be any worse than Eric Rosen's Stafford Gambit. But I'm going to take up the challenge. Objectively unsound. It reminds me a little of what the patron of the Boylston Chess Club, Harry Lyman, used to play. Harry used to play c6 and just sacrifice the pawn. We had some Blitz games like that around 1990. Playable Gambit for Blitz, but not really good enough maybe for OTB chess. Yeah, I don't know. Why should I play c4? I should develop my pieces here. Right. Portuguese is tough. I never had the guts to really learn it. I never had enough faith in it to be sound, to play it with black. But I mentioned Elon Schwartz yesterday, FIDE master, and a guy I used to play a lot of Blitz with. And he used to play it with black. He knew it pretty well. But I'm not sure it's objectively good enough. Bishop d6. I don't know. I'm like tempted to play c4, but c4 castles. Bishop e2. Rook e8 castles. Gelfand's use of the a5, rook a6, rook g6 idea from Legion. Well, I know there was some book. Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, what are the resources for the Scandinavian Portuguese Gambit? I had a book on the Scandinavian years ago. Now I can't remember who the author was. But that's a 20 plus years old book. Queen e7. We're out of here. Yeah, this is a tough idea because he's threatening bishop takes c4. Alright, so we can't play bishop e2. I've had that myself with black. Okay, queen e2 is possible as well. But I feel like I'm drifting. It's like a Portuguese Gambit, but not quite. Not quite as good. You haven't managed to induce me to weaken my kingside with like f3 here, so white's position should be a little more safe, and my central pawns are threatening to like run amok. Welcome, Bob. c5 missed. c5 missed. Well, I'm a little concerned about the e-file, but maybe. Funny if I can play c5 anyway. It never occurred to me, Rostor, that I could possibly do that. Just my sense of danger was too like going crazy here. It's interesting if it's possible literally to play c5. Wow. Never even entered my mind. I'm just way too safety-minded. Consider that move. Knight d2 or knight c3? I guess knight d2. Looks like black's a little slow. I was even thinking that in some variations my queen might be able to protect e3 after knight d2. Oh, black. Black does not have enough compensation here for the sacrificed pawn. Ponda. Not enough. But I wonder if bishop g4 next, castles. Bishop e2. This is a difficult decision between e2 and d3. But objectively, I think that white is winning. I mean, white is a pawn up with not enough compensation in either case. This also keeps the e file open. I might be the one to actually benefit more from bishop d3. He just doesn't have compensation here. And I have a strong center. Thanks to Mr. Extra Pawn. But Rossador, you're right. I mean, to consider c5 winning a piece should be something that we think about. He maybe I should have been a lawyer, Bob. Bob's been at home watching TV too much, obviously, during the pandemic. Do you feel you may be compensated? You may be entitled to compensation? Bishop g4. Get me out of here. Pin master. Right, bishop e3, queen e2. Bishop e3 check, queen e2. He saves the queen. But I wasn't sure exactly what does black play. Yeah, I guess that's the answer, right? So then you save your bishop. But you would still be down a pawn in that line. Actually, you would lose a piece in that line. So still the question remains. I like our formation. I have compensation for his pawn. Knight e5. He actually has a defense here. The defense rests. Flash tactics. Another lawyer joke. Damn, dude, you had maybe take, rook d8 there? That could get mated. White's position is ridiculously good. I promise to play c5 if it wins a piece. I just couldn't resist f4. Compulsory. Winning of pieces. Pawns and pieces. Pieces, pawns. Pretty well mobilized. Too difficult for black to defend. Just before we go to the next game, I want to see if this is really possible to play c5. It's so ugly. It actually works. Oh my god. Just on principle, I can't bring myself to play that move. Strategically. Ugly. But black doesn't have anything. Just loses a piece. There's no tricks or anything. No discoveries. Very wise, Rossador. This position deserves a chess puzzle on lichess. Rating. What's the puzzle rating for you guys? This is going to fool all the masters. I'll bet you guys. Nah, it's too early. It's the only idea. I'm just kidding. Yeah, c5 works. Dracofire. That's my fine-tuned sense of danger. I won't come anywhere near a threat. Even to the detriment of like not winning a piece. Yeah, the tactical buzzsaw. He is good tactically. Nice, the Nimzovich defense. Fun. I saw an awesome tactic. You missed it today. You weren't here, Rostor. We got a great tactical win against El Presidente. I saw something new recently in this line. It feels like. Some sort of new variation for black. I guess I saw Galyash play knight f6. And I didn't think that was a legitimate variation. When I was preparing for somebody, Schieberspieler, I saw that Miklos Galyash had played knight f6 in a game. I didn't think that was even really a line. But maybe it's not bad. This is the main line. Actually, I mean, the main line for white is to play e5. And yeah, the bishop a6. So sometimes I do see tactics. Schock-Holzig. You know Miklos Galyash plays London. He's a follower of fashion. Yeah, I mean, I played Miklos since the late 90s. Actually, maybe we didn't play in the late 90s, but I used to see him playing. I've known him since the late 90s. I mean, he plays a lot of theoretical stuff, too. Not just the London. We love the London. So, I've also played this opening for black. Knight f6 is correct. I don't know, I'm confused. Originally I started playing this variation because I studied in a Paul Curious correspondence game. Curious played knight c3. I always thought it was cool because it keeps the tension, you know, and Curious was a very tactical player. He also liked open positions. I think I have that kind of similar taste. Now, is bishop b5 check a move here? Doesn't seem right. It feels like white should develop. I'm essentially playing a gambit. Okay, let's try. I am not well familiar with this. I had one game with white I won against a national master with the white pieces years ago. The London system. The most boring opening in chess. Voted. A recent Washington Post poll. I can't even tell a good joke. Hopeless. Recent Washington Post chess poll. 73% of respondents considered the London to be the most boring opening in chess. The Urasov Gambit is not boring, and it's been kind of annoying for me. The name of the pieces, you've got that down, WJ Loof. Don't be silly. I don't know, I'm confused. Oh, I know why, because he played knight b8. That's why I'm so confused. Okay, this is a relatively new line. I know why I'm confused. I'm not even sure if my move queen d4 is good. I mean, it seems logical, but almost looks like a French now. Does anybody know what's going on? Because I'm really freaking confused. French exchange is boring, that's right. With c4 it's better. The Godiva variation. Bishop e7. Shadow puppets. I was sitting here thinking like, oh, I don't understand why I'm so confused, but normally black plays 95. And until recently I thought that was the only good move, but knight b8 is actually okay, and I don't know. It just seems lame to play knight takes e4. It's possible knight b8 is an improvement on knight e5, actually. Possible the variation doesn't offer white an advantage, I don't know. All the fun is getting taken out of chess. Too much opening knowledge now. It's like Bobby Fischer with Chess 960. Okay, I mean, I probably don't have anything here. Check. Chick. Chicken. You're a chicken. Endgame. I don't know, Schieberspieler. How's our endgame? You like it? What do we do now? White is better by 0.015. But it's not much. It's not much, man. I want my king to stay near the centrum. But it's possible I should play pawn takes pawn. I'm curious if Schieberspieler would exchange on e6 or not. That's like 0.1 advantage for white. After pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. 0. 1/10 of a pawn advantage. Almost nothing. Now we can play it a tempo up. Well, I guess the question is, can he play e5? If we fear e5 is an improvement in his chances. I'm just not sure. Rook g8, excellent move. Damn. I feel like I have nothing. The tiniest of advantages. Structure, static advantage. Yeah, this is like Schieberspieler. Village. Nah, I'm not sure I like it that much. Maybe I like it. We gotta play the right rook now. I almost played the wrong rook. Right rook, wrong rook. Counterintuitive. Damn. Guess I screwed up. I'm screwing this up. Can't believe it. Now I have nothing. Totally screwed this up. White does nothing. I resign. I just don't like giving up my bishop for nothing. It makes me unhappy. I'm just kidding. I was afraid I totally effed it up. But fortunately, we didn't completely screw it up. I think we're okay. Look at this resource. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And he's a genius. Tricky, tricky. It's under control. But I felt I was coming really, really close to Totally screwing it up. Now it's over. Give me. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. Did I let him out of the bag there? I felt like I was cutting it a little too close. This is such an important move. Because my intention was to play rook d e1. It would have been a horrible blunder. I guess he was never free. So I did blunder. Okay, bishop d7 is bad. Yeah, if he plays king f7, of course. No, this is stupid. This is stupid. He just played the king to the wrong square. After king f7, I had nothing anymore. He blundered by playing king e7. But I was down to 10 seconds, and I didn't see rook d7, which wins. Alright, so I did screw it up. Real Gambit, welcome. Too much time pressure. I should have played the earlier stages of the game faster. I was rushed. We haven't played the Real Gambit in a long time. Guys, just to remind everybody, we have a team, the Panda and Horses Club, and if you guys join, you can play in our tournaments on Tuesday nights, as well as play for our team and we participate in a Sunday streamer mega battle here on lichess at 3 o'clock. We'll be playing again this Sunday. You can join our Panda and Horses Club and participate. Wednesday, I played g4. But I'm saving that for my next battle with Schieberspieler. So what are we going to do here? Learn from my students. See you later, Jackfire. Thanks for being part of the stream. Thanks everybody for subscribing, supporting the stream if you can. We had a donation from WJ Loop today, 500 bits. Thanks to everybody, Mr. Slowhand. So one of my students played bishop f4. Bishop h4 is you should check those g4 lines. Yeah, I've got to point you in the wrong direction so that I can secretly prepare my real preparation in peace. This is another anti-Schieberspieler. Bishop f4. Avoiding the deadly Lasker variation at the expense of free tempo for black. Black now plays bishop f4 line with the free move h6. But some good players have played this with white. The deadly Lasker variation. But you looked up the last game. You're not supposed to play bishop e6 unless that's some kind of home analysis. I was right about that. There's home analysis, really? Anyways, like, I didn't get anything. Optically, it looks better for white, but queen takes. Oh my god. So if I try to take on c7, bishop e4 check, knight d2. Magnus Carlsen-esque. I have to admit, I'm very strongly tempted to take this pawn. I mean, is that all you've got? Bishop b4 check, knight d2, knight c6. And there's a question about how I develop my king side, I guess. But I'm still not convinced. Show me the error of my ways. I mean, sacrificing this pawn is a thing in various openings. But I just don't think that black is dynamic enough here to really have enough. Like bishop check, knight d2. I know that you're on my g-pawn, but... Exactly, like, with the pawn on b6, the pawn back on a7, shall we say, black would be a little more dynamic. Here he's weakened those squares. That doesn't help him. I think just a3 is interesting. But I'm curious. Resident Master. Because I don't play the bishop f4 Queen's Gambit. Do you ever play that, Schieberspieler? You always play the Catalan and stuff. Because I really don't know the bishop f4 lines. Once in a while I've played it in Blitz, but it's a high level. There's a lot of theory on it. El Rosador. Yeah, you only play it with black. I just think that the only way to get an advantage against the Queen's Gambit is to play e4. I don't know. Probably the exchange variation or something like that. Guys, I have half an hour left, so I'm just taking the next 3 challenges. I don't play rated Schach-Holzig. I don't think we're going to get to that challenge. And Sladgie needs to change to 5+3. And anyway, he's got not enough games. So, Yayan, Sidan, and Schach-Holzig, if you could change that to a casual challenge, I would accept it. I assume you have enough games. 20,000? That seems like enough. I guess 20,000 is acceptable. That we would consider an established account, I suppose. We're a pawn up here. So maybe we should play more cautiously, is the question. Still, controlling e4 is probably important. He's going to play bishop b7 and get everything set up on the long diagonal. Yeah, he's only played 20,000 games. Not much. He's like 3rd all-time on lichess. You know, the guy before him had 24 games. And he's like 20,000. I think that's a pretty reliable number. Probably. Not a dubious account. But I don't play rated games here on the stream. I will accept a challenge privately. WJ Lou, thank you. I hope that you get something out of it and learn from the stream. So b4. Probably I'm just going to play queen e2. I'm a little worried about knight a5 actually now that you mention it. Should I be worried about knight a5? I like this. That's why I played bishop d3 instead of bishop e2. So my queen would have a place to go. Space. And its relevance to how the pieces are developed. So we don't have a queen problem. WJ Lou, thank you for supporting the stream, being a subscriber. Guys, we have half an hour left, so 2 or 3 more games after this. Again, Shock Holzig, if you're listening, please change that to a casual, and I'll accept your challenge. Alright, so he saves his A-pawn, but now the center starts to become a factor. And there's no knight a5, which was bugging me because he comes in here. How about developing? I want to support e4, but have this... I want to have my d-pawn extra solid. So I'm sort of like preparing e4 by playing rook fd1. Pressuring d4. Yeah, I just take the challenges I get in order, ante. So, if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. That's how it works. If you die, you die. That's what Trump supporters say. If I die, I die. If you make it, you make it. You don't, you don't. Anyway. e4, e4, queen d8, d5. I could sack a pawn. I want to try it. Now, yeah, that's a good question. He has d8 or d7 or h5. I guess he could have gone to h5. Maybe I guess that would have been better here. Because now his queen is vulnerable to threats with bishop e5 and stuff. I could just play bishop e5, changing plans. Does seem problematic for black. My original plan was to sack a pawn, d5 and push. The old sealer sweeper. I'm not sure the sealer sweeper really works though. It's like d5 takes e5 rook e8 and I'm pinned. So maybe we'll go with plan B. Plan B has been called. Sweeper. I'm not sure how effective the sweeper is here. Don't be materialistic, Asterbait. Alright. Sneaky cheapo. I learned from our biggest fan. So is this guy provisional? No. We accept sneaky matrix. But you learned an important pawn structure concept. By the way, if you want to get a good book on pawn structure, it's always been highly controversial because of his verbiage and stuff, but the original pawn structure book, Pawn Power in Chess, by Hans Kmock, I mean, I really think that is all you need. You know, you don't really need like a fancy 21st century book on pawn structure. If you get pawn power in chess, he uses weird terminologies to talk about the pawn structures, but I think that the fundamental stuff is all in there. You can learn about things like this concept of a sealer sweeper, for example, advanced pawn structure strategy. Bob, I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from. Is that some sort of political joke? All right. I hate the semi-Slav. This is just a bad Queen's Gambit for black. Occasionally plain form, past form of play, plain. Occasionally plain. Yeah, real Gambit. Obviously, bishop b4 check. To me, it was obvious. It's fine. I was under the impression that I was better up a pawn, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Alright, very sensible development now by black. He's used no time, and he's 16-12 in rapid. That's weird. You'd think he would play bullet chess using no time. Is e4 a problem? e4, knight takes e4. Knight takes e4, pawn takes e4, bishop e7, pawn takes, bishop takes. White has a tiny advantage. He's used 2 seconds for the whole game. But he's primarily playing rapid and classical. That's weird. Karpovsky. Yeah, I don't do this to show off or to look cool. And I'm not trying to do clickbait or just have a lot of viewers so I can make money. I mean, I just love chess. And if I can make enough money to live from teaching chess, that's fine. But I very much like put my true philosophy behind my stream, and I try to be honest about the game. So d5, c5, e5. What's happening here? e5, knight e4. Well, I guess we have to play e5. I could play pawn takes pawn first. Maybe that's good. He could even play knight takes d5. It's probably bad, though. Knight takes d5, pawn d5, bishop g5, and then pawn e6. He loses a pawn. What do I do except for chess? I used to play poker, but I kind of quit playing online. So now I just watch TV shows. Once in a while I'll go for a walk. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't know. I mostly just work on chess. I'm an independent person. I never wanted to really like be anyone's slave, so I prefer working for myself. CD4, interesting move. This is getting interesting. Knight d5, still no good. He has to take on d5. And we've got a pawn structure. Wow, a pawn structure similar to last game, I was going to say. So I said he has to take on d5. I mean, if he wants to get his pawn back, he does. But he's playing another move now with knight c5. Interesting. Probably not correct, but very interesting. I think we go for the c6 square, maybe. I'm not an entrepreneur. That would require, like, being really good at marketing and making a lot of profit, I guess. No, I just want to do my own thing. So, weird player. Every single move he makes is totally unexpected. I have knight c6. He's used only 1.5 minutes for the whole game, even though he's supposed to be 1400. And every single move he makes is like totally unexpected. That's a little surprising, isn't it? It's unbelievable. I don't know. I mean, I just don't understand how he could be this fast. How could he possibly be this fast and be 1400 in Blitz? It just doesn't make sense. And why would he only play rapid chess if he was this fast? It doesn't make sense either. For some reason, he's just playing too fast. And he seems much stronger than his rating. So after that, all that, I like barely managed to win a pawn. F4. Overextending my center. The time use is unbelievable. Like, how could you be 1400 and play like this? And see all sorts of tactics. Like, he saw queen takes queen, knight takes queen, knight e7, knight takes c6 already, without even using any time. Like, if he wasn't 1400, if he was 1900 or 2000, I wouldn't be suspicious, but it's pretty weird. Probably it's like a lot of people like have their friend play in their account and stuff. So he's like 1400, but his friend is 2000. I'm probably playing like a 2000 player in reality, even though his rating is 1400. It's like his roommate who's 1900 or something. I don't think it's a bot or a computer, you know, it just doesn't make sense. Like, nobody's that fast if they're like 1400 and play this well. Now he was threatening queen takes d5. So after everything's said and done, he's lost the pawn, but he's still got some compensation, still pretty active. And I'm down to 35 seconds. I definitely wouldn't want to play this kind of player in a rated game. You know, for 1400, he's playing like 500 points better than that, I would say. And fast. But that's one of the reasons why I don't like to take rated challenges. You get all kinds of inconsistent opponents here. Definitely like to screen my opponents before the rated games begin. F5. Interesting. F5 is a potentially interesting move. sidestep any tactics. Well, I mean, I do have a lot of players on the stream who play better than their ratings. And a lot of people don't play rated games. Maybe he's played 20,000 unrated games in the last 6 months. You know, it's not taken into consideration here. But he's not 1,400. I mean, whatever. Karpovsky just donated tier 1. No, a tier 2 sub to the community. Wow. Karpovsky, thank you. Asami123 got a tier 2 sub. Bob. It's not mate and it loses. Knight e7 doesn't work. Rook e7, queen d8 check. Knight f8. If he takes my queen, he loses. Just don't be materialistic, Bob. Knight e7, rook e7, queen d8 check, knight f8. White resigns. Tactic doesn't work. Now, however, Bob, it was a great idea. Knight e7. Bob, you gotta stop giving me moves. It's all Bob's fault. I'm cheating. His queen on e7 would have saved him. But now on h5, it's lost. Here he loses the exchange only. No, actually, yeah, it looks like he loses only in the exchange. King h8, knight c6, queen c5 check, knight d4, rook d8. Black loses the exchange. But he shouldn't resign against, like, a lower rated player. At least you could play it out. Maybe king f8? Let's say king f8. Knight c5, queen c5 check. You don't want to resign against an equal strength player here. Against a master, okay. Rook d8, then something like b4. He has to take with the queen. I take with the queen, he takes with the knight. I mean, there's still a tiny chance black could outplay a weaker player or something. Alright, sit down, 5 plus 3. Thanks for the suggestion, Bob. I never would have seen it. Well, knight f8 worked in the other position when his queen was protecting e7. But it didn't work with the queen on h5. That's the problem. f6? Yeah, I was going to say. That's insulting. Real Grandma, take care. Thanks again for the tier 2 sub gift from Karpovsky. You're welcome. The Karpovsky with bishop g5. I don't really play the Karpovsky. Let's see. Asterbait, are you paying attention? One of our regulars, Asterbait, always plays the check Benoni, but he's kind of better in tactics. So I want Asterbait to start playing the modern Benoni with e6. Are you following out there in viewer land? Asterbait? Open the position. This is the goal, you know. White has more space, but you get an open game for your pieces. Did we play this before? So this is the variation that is supposed to be best for white. The so-called flick knife with bishop e5 check. Sedan knows it. This is the best move. John Watson was suggesting like queen h4 check to weaken the white king side. I had a game with that once. Which is my favorite Texas Hold'em player? I hate it when people ask me that. What's my favorite? I'm terrible with favorites. Honestly, it's the same when somebody asks me what's my favorite chess player, what's my favorite movie, what's my favorite band. It's really hard for me to answer that question. I don't really have a favorite. I have a lot of people that I like, and I guess I respect. My favorite country. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really up to date with the latest poker players since I sort of haven't been playing much in the last 5 years. But I'm familiar with older poker players more. My favorite poker player is me. I suck. No, I don't know. It's hard. Action Dan Harrington. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I appreciate everybody. It's the same with chess. Ask me my favorite chess player. You get the same answer. I think I try to take knowledge from everybody. And I appreciate, not everyone, but I appreciate a lot of different styles. Try to kind of put them together. Knight b6 now. That is not a good move. I'm a lover, not a fighter, Bob. I was joking about that before the stream. Too many draws. Knight b6 is bad, man. It's just bad. It has nowhere to go. He's going to have to play like bishop d7, knight c8 now in order to develop his pieces. I mean, maybe he's threatening f5. Come to think of it, I think that I analyzed that. Not in this position, though. Not after rook e8. Actually, rook e8 is a bad move, possibly. Because playing f5 is one possibility. I think I actually analyzed here. Oh, man. Queen e1? No. I don't like bishop g4. We don't mention his name, Bob, player of the modern Benoni. He used to come to my stream. But I had some games with one other player who shamed himself here. f5. It's not my idea. His initials are GK. There was this game where Nunn lost against Kasparov in the 80s. I guess it was really early 80s, like 1982 or even earlier, when they were young. John Nunn played the modern Benoni against Kasparov, and Kasparov got in f5, and the game has always been considered like a sort of refutation almost. But Nunn could have defended better. It wasn't like Kasparov just blew him out in reality. But the idea of f5, it's really important. It stuffs his bishop on c8 and it wrecks his king side structure. So this is a very classic idea. I'm actually looking at knight to g5. That might require me to sacrifice a piece, though. I'm not sure if we have enough. Masturbate knight h4, not recommended in this position. Masturbate's been known to drop the odd knight h4 on people. But I'm not sure. I speculated it's not a sacrifice. I mean, I guess I just take back. I was strongly tempted to play knight g5. I think after h6, knight f7, king f7, queen h5 check. My evaluation was compensation unclear, but it doesn't seem very much a lock, so I decided to basically chicken out. Bishop g5 runs into bishop f6. I was a little concerned about that. Honestly. Bishop g5, bishop f6. You could have some kind of Walter Brownian, like h4. He did that against me in a King's Indian once. And I was very uncomfortable. But, knight d7. Now the knight corrects itself. Self-correcting knight. Yeah. Good idea. But time's becoming a problem. Damn it, knight. I have a friend, we call him the Weed Master. I call him the Weed Master. He was planting things in my backyard. But, he likes to play the 4 pawns attack against the Benoni, and he would get these crazy attacks with like rolling pawns. Maybe he would play like knight e6 here. It's like a piece sacrifice, sort of strategic piece sacrifice. Massachusetts. Now we have f6. That's definitely oof. Oof. The Weedmaster was a great 4 pawns attack player. That's essentially what this is. But we got a little bit lucky. I'm sure that Sidak could have defended better. Now it looks somewhat problematic. Check. That's a check. Guys, I gotta go. Did I already play Rossador? I did, right? Always check, it might be mate. Yeah, it's over. I'm sorry, I can't get to the last 2 challenges, gotta go. Medicinal benefits of psilocybin. We didn't plant those. So now we have to be cautious. Cautious about our next move. King g3 would have been a mistake. I guess I could play... Yeah, that would be ugly. Like king g3, bishop e5 check, king h4, queen d4 check. Probably I'm still winning. Well, this is the critical test for the modern Benoni. After a4, he made a kind of major mistake. You're not supposed to play a6. You're supposed to play knight a6. So after this, black has a bad position. And knight b6 pretty much is non-existent. But I'm not sure if this is the best move or not. 2020 is a nightmare. That's true. Anyway, f5 was interesting. Yeah, so I did the right thing. Just recapture, although the computer gives my line. Damn. That's when I said I wasn't convinced by. It's debating, you know, it's close. So finally caves in and plays e takes f. But this was the other line I was talking about. h6. The attack looks really strong. I just wasn't sure. I assume it would be enough for white, so Astrobate, as you can see, the Modern Benoni is really fun opening for black, and I think you should give it a try. But seriously, black made a very, very important mistake. You do not play a6 in this line. The queenside must get developed, so you have to play knight a6, knight c7, or knight a6, knight b4. Those are the only way to play, basically, to get the black pieces out in this variation. A lot of people don't play the Modern Benoni straight up. I mean, what you can do is play like c4, e6, and if knight c3, you play the Nimzo, you know. And you only play the Modern Benoni if white plays knight f3. Then you play c5, and you've sidestepped all the variations with f4. That's professional move order for black. But anyway, guys, I gotta go. So we're out of here. We're gonna be back on Sunday for our simul at 6:30 CEST on Sunday. Also, come and support our stream. Not our stream, but our team, I should say. Come and support our team. Pawn and Horses will play in the streamer battle on Sunday at 3 o'clock CEST. I won't be streaming that, but I will be here for the simul on Sunday. Participate, and I'll send you guys a reminder about the streams for Sunday. Thanks, everybody. I do have to go, and we'll get to you guys next time. Bye-bye.